What up, San Diego? It's Vince Scuncio, the Attorney's Real Estate Resource, coming to you live from ESPN Studios. Today, we are in Mira Mesa, as always. I don't know why I'm saying today we're there. I'm a little less fired up than I was last week, but the show's still early, so we're going to have a great show today. Got some super agents here today from Pacific Sothebys International up in Carlsbad. I don't think I've had the opportunity to interview or interrogate any Sotheby's agents. No, it's not going to be that kind of show, guys. But we have Greg Gould and Jason Barbato with Pacific Sotheby's here today. Gentlemen, thank you for being here today.
Vince, we are really excited to be here with you. Looking forward to a great show today.
I think it's going to be a good show. Greg.
Yeah, Vince, thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
All right, so Jason is old hand at the radio and television gig here, so it's going to be a lot of fun chatting with you.
Yeah.
Greg, you never been on the radio.
First time. There's a first time for everything.
Well, if we could get Jeannie, our power partner, over here on the show, that'd just be like a little slice of heaven. But apparently, that's not going to happen today.
There's an open seat right next to me here.
I know. It's just calling your name, Jeannie. It is. It's just saying, come sit down.
We'll get her.
She just says, love the Rocky theme.
Oh, is that it? So we're getting feedback from our other power partner who's somewhat late for some reason. It's just shocking. I don't know how, I don't think I've ever seen her be late. So anyways, gentlemen, thank you for being here. I'm rambling. Bear with me. Too much iced tea at lunch. You gentlemen are with Pacific Sotheby's, but relatively, I would say, new to the business because you've both been doing this for quite a while, but newer to Sotheby's. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about you there, Jason. Or Greg, you go first.
Sure. Yeah, I've been in the business for about a year and a half now. Mm-hmm. I started off with a smaller boutique brokerage just to kind of be more hands-on with the contracts and really learning everything and making sure that the pencil was sharpened, so to speak, and I was making sure learning everything the way I should, and not just kind of thrown out there with a million other agents with a big box company. And then I recently just joined over to Pacific Sotheby's and started the Huff Team with Jason over here and Alana and Keith. And it's an amazing company. They offer so much resources and the tools that we can provide our clients it's unparalleled. It's amazing. It's a great company and excited to be there.
Yeah, it's an amazing company. Out of it, like I mentioned, where I made the move earlier this year to a different company, but it was it was one or the other. Pretty much it was a coin toss. It's like, which way do I go? Because it's a great brand, and you guys have joined a great team. Is your team listening?
We expect them to be.
Hope so.
Absolutely.
If you want to give a shout out, you can.
Yeah. Hi, Lana and Keith. How you guys doing?
How you doing?
Right? All right. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Jason.
So I've been in the real estate industry for the last 9 years. I started out in a foreclosure office here actually in Cardiff, and kind of cut my teeth in that business, learning the contracts, learning the paperwork, learning that whole industry. Kind of switched out about 4 years into that. I had some friends from church, actually. They're like, hey, you got your real estate license. Will you help us buy a home? Sure.
Why not?
And, a couple of years later, well over 100 deals done, close to $50 million in total volume. I really, really love what I do. This is a fantastic profession. And it's been a great avenue to learn not only about San Diego, but about San Diegans as well.
Right. And
I really enjoy the process is great. The craft is fantastic, but I really love the people. That's really what inspires me every day to do what I do.
Well, it's kind of an interesting contrast here because you have someone like yourself who has done, quite a bit of volume as far as transactions, but, also been doing this quite a while. I've been doing this almost 20 years. Greg, you're, relatively new, but you also have a pretty serious volume as far as the number of transactions you've done. It's impressive. I mean, both you guys' numbers, and and I'm a numbers guy at heart. I'm always kind of like, I'm competitive by nature.
Sure. Not
in a bad way of like, I'm going to stomp you into the ground, but I like to see what other people are doing and kind of get an idea of how they got to that point. You guys have joined a great team.
Yeah.
I mean, Alana Huff is a legendary. I mean, if you're listening, yes, but I mean, she's got a great name. So because you guys have two different, backgrounds, one newer and a little more seasoned, I guess would be the word.
Yep.
Why Alana?
Want me to jump in on that, Greg, or you want to go?
Hey, you're both going to get a chance to talk.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Go ahead.
I'll jump in first. There was a time for us, and the four of us that wanted to start a team. It was just there was a time for a change. Ilana's an incredibly humble lady. She's literally one of the nicest people I've ever met. Her clients absolutely love her. She goes so far above and beyond. And for us, when we kind of came together, figuring out what it wasn't like she grabbed us and stole us and said, I'm amazing, get behind me, and here we go. It was more like us, Keith, Greg, and I, we kind of pushed her in the front and said, you're amazing, and we want to highlight the hard work that you've done and really the beautiful reputation you've built in the community. We think it's time to kind of take you out of the basement and put you in the penthouse. And she deserved that.
Right.
And so it was one of the biggest honoring things I've been able to do in my career, on top of where we came from, which is a fantastic company. Steve Gould and Mary Maloney ran an awesome brokerage and hometown realty. We love them dearly, and we want a huge amount of continued success for them and their business as well. This is just the transition that we needed to make, I think, for our families and kind of go to that next level for us. And so, it was one of those things where time and opportunity just met each other, and the Huff Team happened.
Awesome. And I like when that magic happens, where it's not forced. It's kind of a natural progression of professionalism.
Absolutely. We like to say it's organic. It's an organic feeling. Just the relationship that all the four of us have is when we first met. It's awesome. We love what we do, and it's just a great team.
And speaking of teams, Jason, you have. I know we're going to say this for the fourth quarter here, or what is it? Do they do quarters?
Might as well just roll
second
out.
half.
Second half. We're going to save it for the second half.
All right.
So Jason is, and this is a first for me, is having someone who has an affiliation with a professional sport, but actually an owner of a sports team.
I am. Yeah, I'm the proud owner of North County Battalion, which is we operate in the National Premier Soccer League, so it's the 4th division of U.S. soccer. It's kind of the equivalent to single A for baseball. Okay. Professional league, we're a semi-pro team, so we have amateur players, but we try to conduct ourselves as professionally as possible. And we felt North County San Diego needed to have some type of sports representation, and pretty excited. We were awarded an expansion franchise last September. And currently, we've got our roster right now. We're working through those guys. We're doing our training sessions and scrimmage games, and we're getting ready for our upcoming season that starts in April.
I think pretty much all San Diego needs a professional team at this point, just personal opinion.
We are happy to be that team, let me tell you.
Qualcomm's got an opening, that's for sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, they are. Soon enough.
Let's do it. Yeah.
So, coming back kind of to the brand of Pacific Sotheby's, like I mentioned, it was a coin toss for me which direction I was going to go, and I don't think I made a bad choice or a good choice. It was like you guys, it was choice right for me. You guys, Pacific Sotheby's dominates the luxury market, dominates in San Diego County.
Yeah.
I mean, there's an independent agency that does, more. There's, I think, 2 or 3 agents that, own Rancho Santa Fe. But if you're looking up luxury real estate in San Diego, Pacific Sotheby's is it.
Absolutely.
And how do you guys feel like that affects or helps your brand or helps your team? So one of you guys have
Back to me.
I don't know who was going there.
I pass the baton
How
to
does
Greg.
it affect us? Or
drop the baton. I'll pick it up.
It's awesome. I mean, you said it. It's a luxury brand. It has value in itself. So, bringing that value to a buyer or seller, whether it's $500,000 house, a $300,000 condo, or $1 million listing, you still have the same tools and resources within that luxury brand that we can use and utilize.
Right.
So it's awesome. I think it's great.
We live in a day and age that branding is so important. And for me, whether you have that $300,000, $500,000, $1 million, $2 million, $5 million property, to me, that brand itself says something.
Right.
It says something not only to the client, it says something to a consumer. Like, oh, yeah, and that was really something that drew me. Mm-hmm. And really, like I said, what it did is for us, I felt like it just raised the ceiling higher. It's not like we're already operating in this luxury market. I would love to. Listen, if you're out there, I can handle that. That's not a problem.
And we'll give his number here. Then
I got you. No problem. But for me, it was more or less having that opportunity, whereas, either if you're an independent brokerage or a different size box, that doesn't necessarily have that reputation within the community. I mean, Pacific Sotheby's is not very old as far as a company. I mean, if you look at the history, really 3.5 years old of really being a powerhouse in San Diego, from being that obscure little tiny niche market to really in 3.5 years, close to, was it $3 billion in volume in 2015? That is, to me, it was absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, their growth is, in such a short amount of time, their growth is just amazing.
Yeah.
It's growing so fast. And
not just, and the bells and whistles and all those things are great, but when you look at the results, the pieces are in place for consumers and for sellers to really get the best bang for their buck.
Right.
And at the end of the day, that's what we're all trying to do.
And you know what I find, because I've interviewed a lot of agents on the show, and for some reason they always tended to be Keller Williams, but
That's all right. Great brand too.
That's our power partners in doing that one.
Sure.
But other companies as well, and I love the professionalism of the people that I get to have on the show and kind of brainstorm with them. There's a couple, like the company I'm with, the company you're with, or the big names in town, and we all have our different niches, and I don't know that we're necessarily competitive with each other in the sense of where you guys dominate and where we dominate are two different things. So that's kind of where I was going with the question of like, well, why Sotheby's? Not to, like I mentioned before, this isn't a recruiting tool, but I'm honestly curious because you're right. They have some awesome tools. They're international brand.
Sure.
I think as a consumer, I think Sotheby's when you think Sotheby's, you think luxury. Right. And like you said, if you're selling a $5 million house, give Jason or Greg a call.
Hey.
Here's the numbers. 4.8, yeah, but 5,
I will sell anything.
Yeah, I know.
Jeannie knows.
But so I guess my next question is kind of going back to how long you guys have been in the business. How do you guys feel like Greg, you've been in the business a year and a half, and we talked about the question, how's
Sure.
the market, right?
Sure.
And I've been doing this 20 years, so I have this kind of older perspective of like, well, I've seen a couple cycles of this.
Sure.
Relatively new. You missed the crash and burn.
That's what I've heard.
Right. Yeah.
I guess that's a good thing I got in at the right time.
You did get at the right time. How do you? What are your thoughts on it right now?
Well, it depends on what kind of market you're talking about.
Right.
I mean, with interest rates being so low, below 4% still, it's still a great buyer's market. There's inventory popping up more and more that we're seeing now that the holidays are over, and it's still a good seller's market as well.
Right.
So it's busy all around.
Well, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
So when someone like me who's been doing this 20 years,
Sure.
and I'm kind of jaded sometimes.
Oh, don't be jaded.
I know.
That's we have the best job in the world.
We're going to hug this out. But, because you got that kind of, I won't say youthful enthusiasm, but you're new to the industry.
Sure.
Not so new that you don't know what you're doing, but you knew enough where it's like, I can crush it, right? How do you feel like that's what I was kind of looking at? Because I know that our stock answer in real estate is it's always a good time to buy and sell real estate. That's
Right.
by law, part of our licensing, we have to say that.
Sure.
But what I'm getting at is like, as a newer individual to the real estate industry, what are your thoughts as far as like how you're going to crush it this year?
Well, for me, I'm very, I like to say, shamelessly persistent. I'm very go. I'm driven. I love what I do. I come from the hospitality background, and it kind of goes hand in hand with real estate, making sure that the customer or client's having a great experience throughout their meal or they're buying or selling a house. It all relates to the same feeling that I get. So, and sorry.
No,
Okay.
keep talking. You're doing great. I know you're new to this, so I'm just kind of.
No, so for me, it's just, persistent. I'm always just trying to work as hard as I can, and I really enjoy what I do. 22 deals my first year. It's not so shabby. A lot of that success I have to, give to my team, the Huff Team and Hometown Realty. Steve and Mary helped me out and, really helped mold me. And, now I'm taking it to the next level with a bigger brand and really excited.
Awesome. When we come back from the break, we're going to come back with more from Jason Barbato and Greg Gould with Pacific Sotheby's International Realty. Stay tuned for more Real Estate Roundtable. We'll be right back.
I've long since retired, my son's moved away. I called him up just the other day. I said I'd like to see you if you don't mind. He said I'd love to.
Well, look who joined us today. Gina Scott from my power partner Fidelity. Thank you for joining us today.
So excited to be here. You guys are sounding awesome today. I just had to come run in and join you. I was so excited.
I'm sorry the whole live radio thing kind of messed with your schedule a little bit.
Yeah, can we do something about that?
Yeah, can we back it up 15 minutes so Gina can get here on time? Sorry.
Start over.
Do over. The last 15 minutes, we're going to do a mulligan on it.
The world to wait.
Well, Gina, we knew you were going to show up, and we actually wouldn't let her in the studio until we went to the break. We are back with Jason Barbato and Greg Gould with Pacific Sotheby's International Realty, and, of course, Gina Scott, my power partner, and Jeannie Muldoon, who's waving to us from the couch here. Before the break, we were talking a little bit about kind of the differences in your guys' approach from Greg being a relatively newer agent. You've been, Jason, 9 years, you said?
Yeah.
And I'm at 20. How does that work within your guys' team as far as, is there like a mentoring program, or how are you guys structured internally to help, newer agents helping the older agents and vice versa?
Yeah, I mean, for us, really, it's a very wide open format. There are 3 other people when you have a problem that can help you solve that problem, and you're not alone. Obviously, we have it within our company. We've got brokers and legal team and stuff like that that can help beyond that. But as far as our team goes, we turn to the person next to us, and if we don't know, we turn to the person next to them, and we just make sure that we are working together to find great solutions for our clients or business hurdles that we're trying to overcome as far as business goes. I mean, we all look to Ilana obviously as being, she was our senior agent before, and she's our team lead now as you would have it. But for Keith, Greg, and I, we kind of just, and even with Ilana, we really all see ourselves kind of on an even playing field. There's no generals and then captains and stuff like that. We don't really, there's 4 of us. So, it's not like there's too many cooks in the kitchen.
Right.
We're more or less, we're all cooking together and we're all having a real good time.
Yeah, there's not a bunch of forwards, not a bunch of goalies.
No.
See,
Yeah.
that soccer.
I like it. Look at that.
I got the ESPN thing
that.
down.
There you go.
Couple fireball shots. Just saying.
Well, I think what I'm more curious about is, I know, I've been an independent broker for a long time, and so I was the number 1 producer in my office because I was the only producer in my office. and there's something to be said about being around, when like my sales manager goes, well, you should go do this. I'm not doing this. I've been doing this for 20 years. And my power partner's like, you need to go do this. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm kicking and screaming. When I was brand new, okay.
You do anything.
I do anything.
And everything.
Yeah.
And do you guys find that you feed off each other in that sense?
Yeah. Well, Greg,
Absolutely.
how about for you? I mean, obviously Greg's coming into this in the last year and a half, 2 years.
Crushing it.
And he's killing it, but he's been inspired and he's inspiring. So what works for you, dude?
I mean, if you have all the right tools in place, then there's no reason for failure.
Right. That's profound.
If you have a great support staff that you believe in, they believe in you, and they're there to help you, you can't fail.
Right.
And I found that within Jason and with the rest of the team, Alana and Keith, not just in real estate terms, outside of work, they're great friends, great people that I can rely on for anything. And now to associate myself with them as a team is awesome. I think that really helps. Speaking for myself, with the amount of business I've done in my first year, I hand it down to my team and to help me out. To mentor me. It wasn't just, one single person. They all helped me out. Yeah, I had my broker who I would go to more so to, ask a lot of questions for help, but I could rely on the rest of the team.
Right. And, we all have those struggles in real estate. I mean, as long as I've been doing it, I still I very rarely do I come across something I haven't experienced before, but every once in a while you do, and that's where, having that to reach out to. More than day-to-day operations as far as like the marketing and stuff like that. I know that I'm set my ways a little bit as far as what I'm willing to get outside my comfort level and do to go get new business. When I made a move to a company because I wanted to grow a team and I wanted to grow my business model. Kind of like why you guys went to where you're at is because it's going to help you guys take from what's already pretty impressive numbers even more. And I just kind of trying to get into your head as far as how that works for y'all. I
mean, to me, you got to know where's your business? Where do you want your business really to come from? For me, door knocking, cold calling, expired listings. That's not my MO. I'm like, you take the DISC test. I'm like a high I. I'm all relation. I'm all like, let's hang out. Tell me about your family. I'd love to tell you about mine. Hey, look at my, all these great things. What do you love to do? I like to do that too. I love to just build those connecting points with people. So for me, I know where my business is going to come from. It's going to come from people that I know, people that know me, and people that want to introduce their friends to get to know me so that I can take care of them as well. So that sphere is going to be really important. But Greg and I have gone door knocking, Greg knows, and I used to do that when I was starting out early in the business as well. I used to go door knock. I used to go flyer. I used to case neighborhoods. And I started in March of 2007, which was about one of the worst times ever to get involved in real estate.
Just about, yeah.
Everybody was pretty much jumping off the Titanic, and I was bringing the little dinghy to the side, kind of pulling myself up as it was sinking. But I will say I did cut my teeth in a really, really, really hard market.
Right.
And I have a great depth of it and wealth of experience because of that since then.
Right.
So you just kind of got to know what works really well for you and make it work to its fullest potential without excluding saying, I'm not going to definitely never go do these things. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you got to know what really works really well with your personality. It's just these things I know work well for me. And a lot of the conversations Greg and I have had, I've really tried to push and encourage him in areas that he's already good at. He doesn't even know it yet. He just needs to continue in those things and do those things like he's been doing. Right. So he's a hustler. He'll get out there. He'll be fine.
Yeah. And part of growing for anyone is, you have to push yourself. You have to be uncomfortable in order to get comfortable.
Right.
If that makes sense.
No, yeah.
In order to grow, you need to be uncomfortable. It's the only way to learn. So, and I've, doing the 22 deals my first year wasn't given to me on a silver platter. And I went out there and door knocked, and I did cold calling and stuff like that. So it takes hard work, but for me, it's an enjoyable passion of work.
Right.
I don't mind door knocking.
Yeah,
but
and that's what I was kind of getting at, is that, having that on a team where you have people that have been doing this a long time that I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I don't have to. But, like in your situation, Jason, where you're like, hey, I'll go with you. Well, that benefited you, even though it wouldn't be something you would normally do. And vice versa on the team, as far as, hey, here's a better way of doing it sometimes. But I think all those things work well. Mm-hmm. At least that's what Gina and Jeannie always tell me. Is, you gotta go do these things.
Hey, everybody's got to start somewhere, and you start out doing all of the things that work. And I think what Jason's saying, and then you hone in what actually fits you best. Mm-hmm. I mean, easily with Jeannie and I, there are things that she's so much better at than I, and then there's things that I'm so much better at than her, and it makes us an awesome partner.
Right.
So, and hearing them talk, what's so awesome too about the Huff team, the little bit I know about them, I actually know Jason a little bit more personally via soccer, and but just seeing how they operate, the little bit I know, it is a well-oiled machine. It's a fine team, and any member of that team makes the others better. Right. And that's when you know you have a really good team that you're working with. And that's what I've seen just looking, outside looking in. They all support each other so well, and one makes the other better continuously. And that's awesome. What makes
the difference between the Chargers and the Super Bowl players right now, right? I mean,
go Denver.
Well, that and about 50 injuries.
Right. Well, yeah, but I mean, they weren't getting the Super Bowl either way. But and on a side note, I want everyone to be really nice to Gina on Monday, because she's going to be really upset.
I know.
It's not going to be a good day for her, but I'll send you flowers or something. Not that I'm biased either way. But you're right. I mean, a team coming together, because I've been playing the individual part for the better part of the last several years. Mm-hmm. And where I went was to kind of create that team approach. You guys have that in a way that is rare in the real estate business. Yeah. I mean, quite honestly, there's the heavy hitters, the people that are doing a lot of business and helping a lot of families out, like what you guys do, have found that synergy.
Well, I mean, a stat that's out there, not to throw stats around, but it's very hard to find quality people, especially in real estate. Yeah. After about 18 months of people getting their license, there's about 87% dropout rate in the industry. 87%.
And they all come back in when the market gets nice.
Right, but the public perception is that what we do is basically really, really, really easy. We open a door and we get these massive commission checks, and we pretty much just don't do anything.
Right.
Like, it's the level of work that it takes to get and produce one deal is incredibly difficult, and there's a lot of hand-holding and a lot of juggling and a lot of
crying,
air traffic controlling.
Well, we hope not crying.
Yeah, there's plenty of crying.
Tears of joy.
Yeah. There's a lot that goes into it. It takes a certain type of individual, and yet all different personality types can be really successful at the business as well.
Right.
We've just found with the four of us that there was just such great synergy between the four of us, and we're really protective of that.
Right.
Because it's very, very rare. And so we're going to try to be as protective of that as we possibly can, because we know that through that we're protecting our clients. So it's not like we're out trying to build our team to be a 40-person, office, blah, blah, blah. We're actually really, slow growth is good growth. I don't care what anybody says. I don't want to explode. I don't want to be a flash in the pan. None of that stuff. Slow growth is good growth. And we always want to have that attitude of really putting our clients first and our reputation and everything else second.
Right.
And if we do that, everything follows in line, and because you're just doing the right things.
Well, and you made a comment earlier, about your personality type, right? Because I'm the same way. I'm a high I. I'm very much in the relationship builder. I'm not a hard seller, and that's why I fight against that stuff. But you never know where your clients are going to fall on that spectrum. And what we're talking about is a personality test that kind of defines which direction you go as a personality. If you're high, I don't have time to go into it before the break, but we're a lot alike. And so when you guys bring that synergy with 4 different people on the team, chances are that you're going to mesh with a client somewhere in there, right?
Yep, absolutely. And that's another benefit of having a team. If you're a buyer or a seller, look, you may not be the right fit, but we have, a team where maybe Jason's a great fit for you, or Keith or Alana, and we know you have the whole team support instead of just one person.
And that's huge. And so I want to talk about that more when we come back from the break, because I think that's important, that what differentiates the Huff team from a lot of other teams in San Diego that are highly successful. So stay tuned for more of Real Estate Roundtable. We're going to be right back with Jason and Greg and Gina and Jeannie and Vince and whoever else is here. Stay tuned for more of Real Estate Roundtable.
Woo!
All right, we're back with the Real Estate Roundtable. I don't know how we went from the Rocky theme to Sting, but I can adapt and overcome. We're back with Jason and Greg with Pacific Sotheby's International Realty, and we were talking before the break is kind of the synergy of the team, of the Huff team. How there's 4 of you guys and gals, as a team, and Jason, owning a professional sports team and being on a professional real estate team. Are there similarities between those?
Well, I think there are. Not only are you having the end product in mind, but all the things and all the pieces and components to support that end product. It takes a little vetting. Mm-hmm. It takes some trial and error, but it's just as equally as important. What you do in-house is just as important as what you do outside the house.
Right. And
so for us, I know the systems that we have in place, the marketing that we have behind it, the vibe, the tone. Same thing. Like you have a certain tone that you have with Twitter. You have a certain tone that you have with Instagram. You have a certain tone you have with Facebook and with Snapchat and all these things. And they kind of all have their own little personality because that's what the audience really is.
Right.
So you got to know how to connect with that audience in that sphere. It's the same thing. Like if you're out, like Greg loves to go surfing, or Greg was out down in Mexico yesterday actually doing some dirt bike riding, which is awesome.
That's right.
You had a good time.
I made it back safe from here.
Sweet.
Surprise. That's good. I'm glad I didn't get
Thank
a
God those
ransom
tunnels
note
are
today.
still in place, huh?
Oh, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had some nerves, but.
No, so, for him, it's those spheres and those communities that you're trying to, that coastal Encinitas community. For me, somebody who's like a total Barney is not really going to be able to connect like with a bunch of guys. I own a surfboard.
You have to explain what Barney is, Jason.
A guy who probably shouldn't be out on a surfboard using surf lingo. That is me.
That's it.
I was going to say, wait, you're in San Diego, Southern Cal. You probably should know what a Barney is. I know what a Barney is.
I know what it is. Yeah, no, I know what it is.
It's funny. Half the locals I speak with. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's good.
But
Jump in.
They're like, I have never touched a surfboard before. I'm like, I'm from the East Coast. I grew up surfing, and it doesn't make sense. Like, oh, you're from New York, but you surf?
Right.
You're from California, and you don't surf?
Yeah. I have a board. Have we ever gone out to get?
Not yet.
We haven't hit the water. One, it's way too cold. I'm always freezing cold.
Stop.
2, I watch Shark Week every week.
Oh, jeez.
Every week is Shark Week.
I literally have anxiety attacks the whole time.
I'm so with you there.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, so you're
I
saying,
take a shower and I hear dun it, dun it.
Yeah,
You should see me kick a soccer ball. It's pretty bad.
It's not gonna happen. But me
Right.
too, though. So,
but you were saying anyway. So we lose track.
that's
here.
good. Rabbit trails are great.
Right.
No, just talking about putting those pieces in place around just the different organizations
Right.
and stuff like that. So it's very vital. For myself, on the Huff team, we've got a fantastic transaction coordinator. We've got a great person who's in charge of our design. On the soccer team in North County Battalion, I have a wonderful gal who now is handling all of our social media. Her name's Marissa Callie. She does a great job. I reached out to San Diego State, and through their business school was able to land an amazing intern. Her name's Tiana Jensen, and she's an eight-year military veteran. She loves the community. She's doing her MBA right now, and she loves the grassroots movement of what we're doing. And I think no matter what, when you're gathering that team, you get the people that are passionate about the things that you're passionate about. And really, when you've got people that care about what they do on a daily basis, you really can't stop that.
Right.
Maybe for a couple, every now and then you kind of hit some bumps in the road, you get discouraged, but every day is a new day. Every day is a new opportunity to shake the dust off of yesterday. And actually, I sent a text to Tiana today, and I was just like, you know what? Yesterday is done, but let's make today laugh at yesterday.
Right.
Just get up, get after it, and just keep moving forward.
Right. And that's what you guys bring to the table as far as a professional real estate team. Obviously, the professional soccer team, you're looking to win, right? But in a good way. And who really wins in that is the fans, right? I mean, the team wins, but really the fans win in that. And I think that's lost in the big professional sports. It's not about the fans. It's about the coach. It's about the quarterback and all that stuff. And I see a lot of similarities between your professional soccer team and how your guys' professional real estate team is set up. Because I would have to believe, well, I've seen your numbers, and I know that your clients absolutely are the winners in that, because you guys have created this amazing team with our power partners and whatnot. I mean, I don't want to shoot myself in the foot, but yeah, you guys it's an amazing team from what I've seen of it. So
thank you. Appreciate it.
I got a little weepy there. Sorry.
No, it's good. Yeah.
All right, show's over. Bye.
No crying in real estate.
We covered everything we needed to cover there.
So hey, it's almost 5 o'clock.
Right, it is. And heading to Fallbrook. So I don't know where I was going with that, but I like the analogy or the comparison between the teams, because I think that doesn't happen very often, right? And you talk about the grassroots movement. You talk about, people, I'm assuming, when you're in the AA, AAA environment, those people are playing more for passion than they are for, the glory of a big paycheck, because it probably doesn't exist yet.
They're not getting it. Yeah. I wish they would.
Right.
But yeah, we're not, for our team where we're at, not really on that level. One of the things that's actually really great is we have several guys who have MLS experience that are playing for us. And it's not like they're old or washed up. These guys are still in their 20s. They're great guys. Their careers took a different path, and they're back here in San Diego. Right. They love their community. Most of these guys were part of another team in San Diego that actually folded recently, the San Diego Flash. And we absorbed their head coach, their assistant coach, and about 15 of their players. We're very humbled by that. Right. Hugely humbled. And we've got 3 players that have international experience, guys who have played for Jamaica, South Sudan right now. Boy, Dutch Jock, great guy. And then we got another guy Ryan Guy, who is connected with Surf Soccer Club, which is located in Rancho Santa Fe and Del Mar area. And he plays for the Guamanian national team. But all great quality people. They love the game. They love their community. They love the soccer. They love San Diego, and they're investing in their community so that the sport can grow on a bigger and higher platform here.
Awesome. Yeah. When we come back from the break, we're going to come back with more from Jason Barbato and Greg Gould. Stay tuned for more Real Estate Roundtable. We're going to be right back. All right, well, if you came back to a bunch of laughter, we were having a really good time talking about Jeannie at the break. And
Jimbo.
Her FM voice.
Her FM voice.
Something like this.
Her 900. Never mind. I'm sorry. I don't mean
Hey, can I give a shout out?
You can do whatever you want. It's your show.
I got my lovely little 7-year-old niece visiting from New York, first time here in California, Carly Gould.
Hi, Carly.
I know she's listening, and
Hi, Carly.
I love you. See you soon.
We should have brought her.
You know what? I thought about it, and next time.
Well, when Jason gets his radio show, which we're pushing hard to have his own show. We're back with the gentlemen from Pacific Sotheby's International Realty, the Huff Team, Jason Barbato and Greg Gould, 2 dynamite agents that are just going to crush it this year in San Diego County. Tell us a little bit how they can get a hold of you guys. And we don't have a ton of time, but want to make sure that you can reach out.
Yeah, for a couple of things. So one, I'll throw the soccer stuff out there. Yeah. So first of all, that N as in North, C as in County. So ncbattalion.com. We just launched our season tickets. They're $59 for 6 games, and you get a scarf, which is the actual ticket to the game. So we're going to have hundreds of people out there with their scarves, waving them in the air, cheering our team on. So we'd love the support of the community. We cannot We're a grassroots team.
What do they play for?
We actually will be playing at Del Norte High School.
Okay.
Our season runs from about April to June. We got 6 home games. Our season schedule will be promoted pretty soon once the league gives us the thumbs up to shoot that out. We'll be shooting that out in the next week or so. But we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Snapchat, all the different social media outlets as well. If you're really crafty in there, you can definitely find my phone number and give me a call directly. I'd love to chat with you. I'd love to hear your passion for the sport and growing the game here in San Diego County. Outside of that, I would love to be able to pass the mic over to my homeboy Greg Gould right here. Be able to talk about getting in touch with us at the Huff Team.
Yeah, absolutely. It's pretty simple. It's the Huff Team without the. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's just Huff Team, HUFF Team, TEAM, and that's for our Instagram and Facebook. Huff Team. For our website, it is huffteam.com.
Okay, I know I kind of have a voice for radio.
I know.
You guys are freaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a tray of butter over here that just melted, which
I
was
know,
great.
right?
I don't know if you saw that.
Get these two on with Jeannie's voice. Wow.
Threw my bra at it.
It caused a lot of car
You and I are
accidents.
getting kicked
Get my
out.
hype voice out from the DJ
Hey,
days.
another great resource that's out there for folks too, and one of the things that I really love about Sothebys and the brand that they've got is SIR.com. Sotheby's International Realty.com. It is stunningly beautiful.
Right.
If Pinterest got dressed for the prom and it was a real estate website, it would be called SIR.com. It is absolutely stunning and gorgeous, and it's a great way to look at homes all around the world and just get lost in for a little bit. So,
Right.
yeah, are we
little,
on
right?
there? Yeah, we're on there. But it's still, if you like just looking at houses and you don't want to get stuck in a rabbit hole of looking, some niche foreclosure out in Borrego Springs, and
Right.
all of a sudden you wake up in 2 hours, I'm Trulia, and where am I now? It is SIR.com is an absolutely beautiful site just to get lost in for a little bit. So
It's
I'll
kind
let
of
you
it's
guys
kind of like a
Check that out.
Zillow platform, but I think a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They-
we don't like to use the Z word on here.
Yeah.
I hate Zillow.
It hurt
We
to
use
say
almost
that.
any word on here, but not the Z word.
Yeah, we've dropped a couple F-bombs and whatnot, but we're not saying anything about Zillow.
But I'm actually going to look that up because I love your analogy.
beautiful.
I want to
Yep.
see it. You made me want to see it.
Perfect.
So
I am, Greg, would you agree with this statement? I am a little bit known for my one-liners.
Oh, absolutely. we have a board in the office. It's Jason's one-liners. We call them hashtags. It's all Jason's hashtags.
Yeah.
Well, folks, the thing is that you've just been introduced to 2 great professional teams here in San Diego County. The professional soccer team, which, again, the website is
ncbattalion.com.
ncbattalion.com. Get your season tickets. They're very inexpensive. Great time for the family to get out there, support some local athletes and some actual international athletes, and let's build this hometown soccer team. And then also the Huff Team, powerhouse agent team with Pacific Sotheby's International Realty. They dominate the luxury real estate space, but you don't have to have a luxury home to use them. You can get luxury service without the luxury price.
Amen.
Absolutely. 5-star experience all around.
yeah,
Vince, you
look
said
at
it best.
that.
I feel like we almost converted you.
I know. The coin had gone the other way, right?
Yeah.
I love where I'm at, and I love the people I'm with.
Yeah,
but
that's good.
again, you guys are the same way, and I think that shows through in the way you guys interact and the way you take care of your clients. So, one more time, I want to just kind of get it out there because I really do want people to go see the battalion. I think it's going to be awesome. I'm going to get some
Thanks.
tickets when they come out. Make sure you
Yes.
remind me.
I already committed to him yesterday.
Did you?
I'm getting
Awesome.
season tickets, and I recruited Jeannie for you.
We're looking forward to
You
seeing you
gotta
out
go play
there.
some soccer?
Sultry little lady over there.
Oh. Sorry.
Her husband's a fireman, and our team's called the Battalion. You have to be there.
Have to.
Okay.
Yeah,
Done.
You're done.
There you
Okay,
go.
so how do we get a hold of the Huff Team one more time?
So Instagram, Huff Team, Facebook, Huff Team, and the website, huffteam.com.
You guys have a phone number?
Which number should we give?
Give yours. Give yours.
Here's my personal cell phone, 760-846-6355. My Instagram is Greg. No, I forgot it.
It's the Greg Gould.
It's, the Greg Gould.
Really? That's good times. All right, guys. Well, I really do appreciate you being on. I know we have a couple more minutes left to chat.
I just want to say real quick, Vince, thank you so much for having us on the show.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
It's very humbling for us to, you're a veteran, and I wouldn't say you're altogether jaded, because as deep as you are into your career now, you're looking to bring in some new energy and really revitalize it. So it's an honor for us just to be around you, and so thank you so much for your experience and what you bring to the table and your professionalism throughout the show. It's been an honor to be here. So thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Really mean that.
Thank you so much.
Very
That
welcome.
is so sweet. It's a love fest in
I
here.
know,
It must
it's
be
a-
Valentine's Day.
Easy. We're not going to go that far. Well, thank you guys for listening in. We're going to have a great show next week. Stay tuned for next Thursday, 2 to 3. Going to have a financial advisor and a CPA right in time for tax season. I know, good times. But I want to thank you, gentlemen, again for being here. It was a pleasure having you on. You got a better radio voices than me. Kills me, but it is what it is. Gina and Jeannie is always my power partners. Shout out to Alliance Escrow for supporting us as well. Have a great week, everyone, and make sure you check out the Battalion. And thank you for checking out Real Estate Roundtable with Vince Scuncio. We'll talk to you soon.